Do you love depth in a painting? Maybe you don't know how to create it. Today I'm going to show you how I build up layers to create a lot of depth and interest in my work. I'm Pat, welcome to my channel. I love sharing my knowledge with you and helping you grow as an artist. I painted this painting during a workshop in my studio, so it was my demo painting, and I never really felt it was finished. So I went ahead and continued revising it and adding more layers. I hope you enjoy the outcome. Let me know in the comments. So one of the things that bothered me was how the stream went right out of the painting. So the first thing I'm doing here is changing the shape of that and putting the green of the grass over on the stream so it stops you from going out of the picture. I'm also adding some green from my brush on the other side. So the one side of this painting is the shadow side, the other side is where the light is hitting more. You can notice how I'm holding my brush, trying to stay very loose and not get into too fussy of detailed strokes. I'm hoping to create some movement in the stream as well, and definitely some more value contrast. Painting loose is something that you have to practice with trying different tools and just explore how it feels, because it's a totally different way of working to try and get out of doing the details. So I'm coming in here with some shadow, the darker color, just to create some more interest and depth on this side of the stream. I've also painted behind the log a light value, and as if the sun is really hitting in on that spot. So again, holding my brush sideways here and just really adding some light strokes to try and create a little bit of movement coming down in the water. I'm going to break up this green side by adding a rock or two in and then push it back under some more layers, just so that it breaks the green space up. Putting a shadow side on the rocks. And now I've got a brush on a long skewer that I'm painting loose with. Coming in here with a bamboo skewer as well. Just using different tools is going to make a difference. So I'm trying to scratch some black paint in places, and I've also got my palette knife. Just trying to get the look of some falling branches over the water. So coming back in over top of the rocks a bit to camouflage them. And now I've got some burnt sienna on my skewer, and I'm just randomly putting some more paint in and scratching it in a couple of directions. If you stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to show you some close-ups of how this looks and give you an idea of the final results. So I'm just cleaning a little bit of that up, and now I'm adding some finer lines here with a small pointed brush. Again, looking at value contrast and adding some layers to this dark side to push it back even further into the distance. So holding the brush very, very loose. And you don't always get what you want doing this. Sometimes I do come back and wipe something off, but it gives you a very random look. So here I am just wiping it down a little bit. Now I love this little stroke. And not that one so much. So I end up wiping them off and just painting back in to freshen it up again. Putting a little shading in on these whiter grasses and just finessing a little bit here and there, adding a little bit more light on the log. So if one of your goals is to loosen up, I do have a tip sheet that you can download for free. I'll leave the link in the description below, and you can get that. It's 7 tips. You can hang it on your studio wall so that you have a reminder. And of course, one of them is hold the brush away from the ferrule. So here I've got a fan brush, which is fun to create grasses. You can just put some loose marks in. Coming back in with a small brush. So this would be more of a detailed brush and a way to get a few finer lines happening. But I save this smaller brush till near the end of my painting. The sooner you switch to a small brush, the more detail oriented you're going to become. So here's the close-up of the texture that you can see and the brushwork, the movement in the water, kind of the spattering of the different colors going on. Loose paintings are really made to be looked at from a distance, but this gives you an idea of the depth that is created by adding layers and using a variety of transparent and opaque paint. Let me know in the comments if you prefer the before or the after of this painting, and also if you would like a live virtual workshop on this. Well, that's it for now. Until next week, take good care.